I had it in my head that this ain't why I made music, you know, to have this kind of level of fame. Or people thought essentially I've fallen off. After I just sold 2-3 million records, had so many top 10 hits. I'm the first rapper to perform at Buckingham Palace. People were saying, before Drake even entered the thing, people were saying Drake can never chat to Kendrick lyrically. I think Drake could, but you know, So he brings me the sample, he says Elton John's got this sample. And if I'm honest, like I didn't know much of Elton John's music, bro. I've been raised on, you know, Kano and Dizzy. When the song went to number 3, he called my phone and sent me like champagne. And so you have more leverage as an artist. We couldn't really tell the label what we wanted because they were controlling everything. They controlled the radio stations, they controlled everything. Central C, he can walk into a label building and tell them what he wants and demand what he wants. He should have been in that new one, the Supercell, I think. Conan by himself is cold as well, and Crept individually they're so sick, but because they're as a package I always forget to mention them, but yeah, they're definitely up there. Yeah, we did clash actually. I'm just trying to remember. Obviously we're gonna clash because I was 20-year-old rock star running around the UK, the biggest rapper in the country at the time, thinking no one can tell me anything. I remember like some of my plaques have like 500,000 sales. I'm talking actual record sales. I love Dave, man. I think he's sick. But like going back to what I'm saying, this is no shade to anyone as well. If I'm going off lyrical war in the UK, I'm betting on Chip being taking all W's. I don't think I've been able to, as a rapper, still be in the mainstream now with the big names. But I think Chip still has the capability of doing that. 2010, I was attacked and stabbed and robbed outside my house, getting home from tour, you know what I'm saying? So that was something that was out of my control that just, you know, can happen to anyone, especially in the UK. When you're successful in that, you got to look out for signs and these things sometimes. So that was one thing that I think definitely set me back because it put a lot of distrust in my heart. Like I didn't trust anyone after that. No, there's certain things I just remember my mum doing that kind of was strict or, you know, kind of vigilant at the time, but it kind of made me who I am today. You know, I remember I swore once when I was like 7, 8 years old and my mum put fairy liquid in my mouth. Bro, till this day I don't swear. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that, you just got to big up Mumsy. And obviously during the whole music process, me getting into music, she was always there to support me, whether it was like using her last £50 to buy me records at the record shop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She always made sure everything was patterned. Like I can get emotional talking about it, seeing how far the scene's got and knowing that I played a big part at the start of it. Whether it was a big part or a small part or whatever people want to say, it means a lot for me personally to see where it is now.
Firstly, just want to thank you for coming down, my bro. Appreciate you.
Come on, my brother. We're here, man. We're here in the building. It's good to be here.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, my name is Ironik, aka DJ Ironik, and I'm a DJ first, producer second, artist third, kind of like that, and entrepreneur now. I gotta add that.
I don't think you're giving yourself the flowers you deserve, man. We've got a legend in the building, man.
Cheers! What you say?
On,
Claps, couple claps.
Big clap, come on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for having me, man. Like we spoke about off camera, trying to do a bit more of these just to kind of get my story across a bit more. Some of the younger generation might have forgot what man's done, so I'm here to tell the story, bro.
You're part of the journey, man, the UK music scene, and I think it's only right to get you on the season where we're celebrating success.
Yeah.
MVP, as you can see.
MVP, come on.
We're here, man. So before we get into the podcast, my bro, just want to go through some quick fire questions.
Yeah.
We call this one For the Record.
All right, cool. Yeah.
IB for a Napa.
Whoo, IB for, I can't lie.
Okay. Dubai or Marbella?
Dubai, 100%. Yeah.
PlayStation or Xbox?
I haven't played either for about 5 to 10 years, but I'm going to say PlayStation though.
Chinese or Italian?
Chinese. But big up wifey because she loves an Italian dish, you know what I'm saying?
My wife hates Italian.
Yeah, my wifey loves pasta, so... And I don't really love pasta. Pasta I can have every 2-3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Chinese, I'm on the rice thing.
Night in or night out?
Night in, you know. The night in now, because remember, half my life I've been night out, night out, night out. So night in now.
What's your go-to for a night in?
You know my alright, so what do you mean, like, what do I like to do?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Yeah, just
bro?
my thing is like my ideal night in is just hanging out with the missus and our puppy and like watching Netflix and like having a little drink, little takeaway. I'm saying chilling out. That's my ideal night in, to be honest.
Lil Durk or Lil Baby?
I'm Lil Baby.
Wiley or Dizzy Rascal?
Gee, you can't ask me that, man. That's a hard one. Do you know what I'm gonna say? Wiley though, 100%. Yeah, but big up Dizzy, man. Legends.
So Solid Crew or Heartless Crew?
For me, I'm from North London, so I have to say Heartless Crew. But obviously, love and respect her, So Solid always.
Young Ads or Central C?
Ooh, Young Ads. Yeah, man, because he's put it this way, like if I was putting together a song, who would I rather on the song? I'll go to Young Ads because I know that he's gonna deliver a strong hook. But then Central C will deliver a big hit, worldwide hit in it. But so will Young Ads. I think he's capable of 1, sick raps, and then for 2 also sick verses, and for 3 sick hooks. So I'll say Young Ads.
That goes on to my next question. Flow or bars, if you had to choose one?
Me, I'm Flow. Yeah. I take in different things in music. First, I listen to production. So if I hear a tune, I have to mess with the beat and the production first. I guess that comes from being a producer. And then secondly, your flow has to be going with the beat hard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like before even I'm listening to the lyrics, and then I'll listen to the lyrics after.
So Nice or Stay With Me?
Oh man,
I bet you've been asked this. Maybe before.
Yeah, plenty of times. But do you know what it is? For me, it's about what song has made more of an impact, and I'm gonna have to say Stay With Me, because although So Nice kind of kicked off my career, especially on Channel U, I think Stay With Me was more impactful till today. Like the younger generation still messing with it, and you know what I'm saying, I think that song really solidified, I guess, you know, my name in the UK history book. So yeah.
So the last question I got: retire tomorrow or start again from zero?
Wow, that's a cold question. Wait, retire today?
No, retire tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Or you start again from zero. So I guess the question really is that would you be willing to give everything up tomorrow to solidify what you've done already, or would you then
Do it again.
believe like you could do it again or do more?
Look at that scratch where I was sweating, man. Thinking, yo.
I'll say retire tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
I'm very content with what I've done in UK music, especially at the time when I came out. I don't think I could have done it any better, if I'm being honest.
No, that's cool, man. I feel like we've warmed you up enough.
Yeah, man, we're here.
So
Come on.
let's
Those are good questions, bro.
I appreciate you.
Did you want to do the little wing test first? Did you do it already? The food thing?
No, we can go, man.
What are you saying? Food test?
Little taste test.
All
Little
right,
taste
let's
test.
do it, man. I can't lie, I've had lunch already, but we'll give it a little taste test. What should I do? Wing first?
Or whatever you want, my bro. Whatever you want. Whatever you're feeling.
Shout out Wing Trap.
Come on.
No, I'll try the burger first. Try the burger. There's pressure on me. You want a chip?
Alright, I'm good, bro.
You're a takeaway guy generally, or
I am, yeah. I feel like chicken connoisseur right now.
Yo, he was a little bop. Well, I said bop, but he was a phase, isn't it?
yo,
Yeah,
he was,
big up him, man.
big him up, man. He was doing his thing in a school uniform and that.
It's good though.
It was mad when I found out like this guy's better older than us. Yeah, knows what you mean.
wearing a school uniform.
Yeah, man. I was thinking like, yo, what's he on that? Does he actually still create content? Though?
He's still doing the same thing, yeah.
He went out to America, didn't he?
Yeah, but he still puts out videos. I watch them, man. I'm a foodie. I love my food. This is good.
Nah, I respect it, man.
We got a crunch. It's actually got a spice as well. Is this a spicy one?
Yeah.
My stomach's gonna be mad later. But no, it's good food.
Cool,
I'll have
man.
some more in a bit, man. Good
All right,
food.
Ironic. Let's take it back. Obviously, I know most podcasts generally take it back to the old days, but I
Yeah.
guess that's the best way to start the pod.
Yeah.
Talk to us a bit about where you grew up, how you grew up, and how that's impacted to where you are today.
Yeah. I'll start with when I was like younger. I was born and raised in North London, Highgate, Muswell Hill to be precise. Raised by my mum and my stepdad, stepfather. Shout out Ian. And yeah, pretty good childhood, man. Very relaxed, very chilled. Where I lived was like, people will know if you're from North London, Highgate is quite a nicer area. Not too much trouble around there. So yeah, I was kind of shielded a lot. My road was kind of separate to the rest of the area. So I never really branched off out unless I was going to school or stuff like that. School was calm. And then when I got to like 13, I clocked very early that my mum and dad loved music, or my mum and stepdad, because my mum would always just blare music loud, and I would always see like CDs in the living room just scattered about. So at that age, I kind of got into music then. Obviously, it's different now. You got the streaming, music's everywhere, but...
I said CDs.
Yeah, it was CDs or even tape cassettes.
Explain that for the young one. What's
So
a
a CD was a round disc. No, I'm joking, yeah. But it was them days, man. And even tape cassettes, you know what I'm saying? I remember my mum having tape cassettes. But yeah, and that was like the early stages. And then like at 13, I remember my stepdad bringing me to one of his friends' houses, and he was DJing on Technique 1210s. And I was like fascinated by that. At that age, I was like, what is he doing? How is he playing music from that deck? And then I said to my dad, like, can I get a pair? And fair play to him, like, he went out the next Christmas and then got me a pair of decks. And that was where my musical journey started, because I fell in love with playing music to people rather than listening to music. And then my family were kind of associated with...
This was your stepdad?
Stepdad, yeah. I don't know my real dad, so this is all... When I say dad, I mean my stepdad. But my family were associated with the garage scene as well. So my uncle was a promoter for a company called Twice as Nice. They were massive in garage. They had CDs out. And obviously I was 13, but my dad was trying to get me onto them. And they were big people raves. You know, they had the Heartless Crew there, DJ Spoonie, all the big legends. But my dad was trying to get me onto them, and they were adamant I was too young to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But when I got to like 14, 15, they started letting me kind of get involved. And then the first rave I did was in Watford at Destiny's. I was a little kid, 15. They had to pull out put a little case at the deck so I could stand up taller behind the deck, so people thought I was older, but I weren't. I was just a little kid trying out this DJ stuff. And yeah, man, from there, that's where I started getting into it. And then just going to the Twice as Nice raves at a young age, watching certain DJs and becoming fascinated with it. Master Steps, DJ Fonty, like all the legends, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's where my musical journey started, if I'm honest.
So would you say the first thing that caught your eye was the DJing side, or was it being an actual artist? Because generally growing up, MTV Bass, being an artist. I know you spoke before about Chris Brown, looking up to Chris Brown.
Yeah, that's all later on.
Okay.
Initially, it's just DJ. That's all I love doing. I didn't even think about being an artist, bro, if I'm honest, until I got to like 16, 17. Like I said, watching Chris Brown, Bow Wow, I'd watch like videos of them on YouTube or MySpace, whatever it was then.
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace days.
About MySpace.
Well, look, that was the first social media platform for me, and this is really where it starts for me being an artist as well, you know what I'm saying, and a lot more other artists, but...
I don't even think Link knows about MySpace. So.
Yo, I know about MySpace very much. I never had an account.
Okay.
No, do you know, I thought everyone had a MySpace, I can't lie.
Now, I hopped on the socials, so it was MySpace, then that Tumblr tried to come on a little bit.
Oh yeah, I never jumped on that.
I never jumped on Tumblr.
That was more pictures, so that can explain.
Ironik was on Bebo.
I was on Bebo.
It was
I had
on MSN.
Yeah, everything.
MSN.
But do you know what it was? Yeah, like I said, that was the start of our social media, innit? Like obviously the kids now just sign up to TikTok, Instagram. That was all we had.
Think about it, innit? Like the access that you had, for us it was a craze, like being able to message your friends, like.
But this is what I was saying earlier, MSN was good because you could log off. See, like I think the equivalent of MSN now is WhatsApp, but the only thing is you can't log off. Man's just on WhatsApp all day. So it gets to a point where it's a bit annoying, you have to have your phone on silent. Whereas MSN, you could go to school, forget about it, come home from school, turn it on and you're excited. You have something to look forward to. That was when social media and that was good because you get a break from it when you're outside of your computer, you know? But that was the start of me. But before that, no one knew what I looked like anyway. So before that, obviously I was producing. And I started producing for like Black the Ripper, rest in peace, like Cookie, a lot of the artists around my area, around North London. Then my friend brought a young 15-year-old, 14-year-old MC to my house once. and his name was Chipmunk. He was like, this guy's cold, you have to work with him. He was giving out his mix CDs and that at that time. And I was quite a well-known, obviously, I'd been DJing for a few years at this point, building up my name, and well-known producer in North London on grime kind of thing. And then, yeah, me and Chipmunk started working together behind the scenes. Some of his first early work I was working with him on. And then I think that was when my fascination of being an artist began, watching their process, you know, Tiny and Chipmunk early on, watching how they record. I think that's what I fell in love with. Like MTV Bass, and that was cool, but I didn't understand how you even become on MTV Bass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think even for other artists now, they say when we saw you make it, we believed we could. Whereas when I was watching MTV Bass, there weren't many of us on there for me to even be inspired by it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think you make a very good point there, because one of the reasons we're here today to celebrate your success and to showcase, because the whole point of this podcast is to motivate people, young people. There's a lot of negative energy there's a lot of bad press, especially for ethnic minorities.
100%.
Going on. So I feel like you make a good point that you was a role model where people they could see someone like who looks like them,
yeah.
talks like them, from a place like them,
Yeah.
and has broke down barriers.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a very, very good point you make. But I just want to take it back a little bit. So you had the phase, obviously, where you was introduced into DJing through obviously family.
Yeah.
How did things kind of go in school for you? How was it in school?
Yeah.
Like secondary school, primary school?
So school for me, I always ask my mum this because it's kind of blurry because I don't really remember. But she said that I wasn't really interested in much. And I kind of do remember that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, people always ask me, what do you remember from school? I don't remember much. Do you remember much? I remember my friends and stuff, but I don't really remember lessons and that too much. And I think it's because I just didn't pay attention, unless it was music.
What stage of school?
Like I remember starting school and then I remember ending school. All the middle bit, I don't remember. It's just a blur, bro. But I think because it's been like, obviously, my life after that has gone so mad, it's kind of blurred things out. But I do remember all my friends and stuff, but I was just really obsessed with music by that point, bro. Like, going home from school, that was all I cared about, going back onto my computer to go on MSN, to think about downloading tunes from LimeWire. That was all I cared about.
Yo, LimeWire.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, we're taking it back. MSN,
This is
Bebo,
what this episode is. We're taking it back there.
LimeWire. Tell them about LimeWire.
So LimeWire essentially was, I don't know, there's not an equivalent of that now, but LimeWire was where we downloaded music illegally. Allegedly. So I'm saying that was where we got our music
Allegedly,
from.
that's
Yeah,
right.
if you didn't buy it online or record store, you just download it off LimeWire. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that was all I looked forward to. And I loved my music lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like my music lessons was where I really felt like I just came alive in school.
Did you play an instrument?
No instrument. Never played instruments. But my school had the early Apple Macs computers, and then they had early Cubase in there. So I learned how to like mix.
Fruity Loop.
No, they didn't even have Fruit Loops, but they had Cubase. So I was using Cubase at first, and I learned how to like record vocals, produce everything from then. And I was actually using a PlayStation to produce as well.
Would you say your music teacher or anyone recognized, like, so there's a lot of podcasts before, conversations of like PE teachers being a big influence on like
Sports
footballers now, who would always big it up. And I think Ian Wright said that in one of his pods. Did you have a music teacher? Anyone recognize that you're okay? He's into it. James is into it.
I think so, yeah. Because when I look back on like some of the school reports and that, they always said this is all he's focused on, the music. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, unless I was playing an instrument, he didn't really care. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to make rap music or grime. Do you know what I'm saying?
They weren't on that.
Yeah, he wanted me to play the keys and like, or play a trumpet or something. Like, I wasn't really on that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I wish I did. Honestly, like I wish that is one thing that I learned to do. I still might even try, but yeah, they got a poster of me up in there now. You know what I'm saying? In the music.
What school is this?
Holloway Boys School at the time. Yeah.
Big them up, man.
Big up Holloway Boys School. I need to go back there one day. Bushkin from Heartless Crew went there as well, and Fonty.
Some legends were created.
Yeah, man, some musical talent in there.
No, I think that's dope, man. So you was into getting into the music scene, would you say you was well behaved at school? Was you someone who was a troublemaker? Or
No, I was well behaved. I just didn't listen much. That's all. Like, I find it hard to listen to people tell me what to do, like especially like authority. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless you're my mum. Like, if you're not my mum or my dad, I don't have a dad, but unless you're my mum, you can't really tell me what to do up till now. You know what I'm saying? I've never spoke to police for that reason. And teachers never really listen to them. Not in like a ignorant way, but it's just like, if you're not my mum and you're not trying to like actually encourage me in the right way, instead of telling me what to do, then I can't listen or take it in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Crazy, because they say most people who don't like authority go and be their own bosses and they're entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're
example
of that.
100%, bro. And I didn't even take that in until like lately. And as I've got older, I've realized, this is exactly why I've taken this path and why I've always only wanted to do what I want to do, because I can't have someone telling me what to do. And I learned that from school, and you know, I noticed that now. So yeah, that was it. But I definitely got along with everyone. I got along with the bad kids. I got along with the good kids. There was a lot of bad kids in my school because it was notorious as being one of the worst schools in North London at the time. My mum tried to put me in a better school, but they said we was too far out of the range or something. So I ended up going there. But you know what it done? It made me street smart, as well as being just a good kid, you know what I'm saying? So as well as like me being a nice guy and proper deep down just a really nice person, I still am street smart. I try not to slip, and I get along with people that are from the streets still, you know what I mean?
I feel like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because it's the best of both worlds.
100%.
I guess judging from your mannerisms and us even previously meeting, you've always been humble. Testimony to obviously your mum. Obviously that's where you learn that from your family.
100%.
And that's big, man. Big up to you, because it's not easy. A lot of people have a chip on the shoulder because of where they grew up or what they may have not had access to. But I feel like you've always been real with it, that you come from a decent family and
100
and a decent area.
Yeah, I got to big up mum as well, because she, like you said, she's raised me that way, to be street smart as well as, you know, just be a nice person. You know, there's certain things I just remember my mum doing that kind of was strict or, you know, kind of vigilant at the time, but it kind of made me who I am today. You know, I remember I swore once when I was like 7, 8 years old, and my mum put fairy liquid in my mouth.
Fairy liquid.
Bro, till this day I don't swear. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that. You just got to big up Mumsy. And obviously during the whole music process, me getting into music, she was always there to support me, whether it was like using her last £50 to buy me records at the record shop or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She always made sure everything was patterned. So
your mum was a big part of your
major, yeah. Major part of my life up till today. Like, I could call my mum for anything. She's like my best friend, you know. So yeah.
I heard your mum was your manager. Talk to us a bit about that.
Well, so when I got signed to the label Warner, it was quite a quick process, because it was basically, I was blowing up on Channel U at the time. Everything was going mad. #1 for like 18 weeks on Channel U. The girls are going crazy. Everything was going off. And one day, Atlantic Records calls my mum's house number, which was on my MySpace page at the time.
Now we're talking about house numbers.
The house phones. All right, let's explain house phones.
Have you got a house phone at the moment?
No, I ain't got a house phone. No, who needs a house? You don't even need one for Wi-Fi anymore, do you?
Yeah, you know what it is. It's I guess if you don't live with your mum anymore, because you're getting relatives maybe calling from back home or, whatever it is.
I got a small family, so no one really calls like that.
Yeah, I'll let you explain house phones.
So kids, house phones are little phones like mobiles that are connected to the wall, and you get a phone call, but you have to pick it up and you can put it back down on the hook. But no, at the time they called the house phone. They got the number from the MySpace page, and they said, "Hi, this is so and so from Atlantic Records. You know, we would love to have a meeting with Ironik and get him signed to a major label. If he could bring in his manager and his lawyer at the time, we would love that." And I was thinking, what? This is mad. Like, I'm just making music on Channel U. My mum had to just fall into that place, you know. And until today, like, I see the books that she's got at home. Like, she went and bought all the books, like how to manage artists and, you know, all these books that she studied. And you know, we just fell into it. She didn't know what she was doing at first. I didn't know what I was doing at first. We probably signed the wrong contracts at first, which is why Central C is able to get £100 million deals today, you know what I'm saying? Because we had to take the bad end of the stick 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we learned, and my mum actually ended up being quite a vigilant, strong manager, and people were scared to email her because she would cuss you out if you try and do anything wrong.
Yeah,
so
she
actually,
come with that smoke.
she ended up like learning the business and being notorious in music business at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, she started out with me. No, it was good, man, and obviously, like I said, we didn't know what we was doing, but we learnt a lot as we went along.
How did that affect your relationship? Because a lot of people keep family and business separate.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've mentioned before how close you are with your mum. Did you clash?
We only we did clash, actually. I'm just trying to remember. Obviously, we're going to clash because I was 20-year-old rock star running around the UK, the biggest rapper in the country at the time, thinking no one can tell me anything. Already not letting authority tell me anything, and now letting fame get to my head, you know. I definitely think there was times where we clashed because of me more so, and then my mum had to just tell me, humble yourself, remember who you are, and then obviously, and then we'll make up and stuff. But yeah, it was a lot more happier times though than bad times. Like, you know, there's certain times I'll come home and my mum will be like crying. I'm like, are you right? What's wrong? She's like, I just seen this contract that you've been sent of this amount of money. I've never seen this amount of money in my life. And, you know, she just, bless her, she just loved it, man. She was just proud, innit? Like different proud moments that I had with her, bringing her to the MOBA Awards, you know, because she's my manager, but my mum as well, her seeing her son on stage at the MOBA Awards was mad. Like after watching Soul Solid Crew and that on that same stage, you know what I mean? Then bringing her to Buckingham Palace when I performed for the Queen, getting her to meet the Queen and that.
Performed for the Queen?
Yeah, man. We performed at Buckingham, the first rapper to perform at Buckingham Palace.
That's history, man. Got to clip that.
I got a letter at the house, man, from the Queen on my wall, you know what I'm saying? So things like that, let my mum... Shout out Lizzie, R.I.P.
R.I.P, man. The notes have changed now, though.
Yeah?
I said the notes
have changed, yeah. I actually met the current king before as well, so I got a letter from both of them. Yeah, because I used to be an ambassador for the Prince's Trust at the time. So when he was a prince, I was ambassador for his charity. He's cool. All of their royal family, innit? They were fascinated with what I did because obviously, like I keep saying, there was no other UK rap superstars at the time. Do you know what I mean? Now it's a bit more. There's quite a few, but at the time they were like, "Oh, we really love what you do." You know what I'm saying? So it was cool.
Yeah, let's take it. Just rewind a little bit because for those that don't know, so you went from DJing. What was your first tune? How did you get into that? Because obviously you mentioned getting approached by Atlantic Records.
Yeah,
massive. Calling a house phone at the age of what, 19?
Probably about 18, 19. Yeah,
that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Was that when you were making music?
Yeah, that was when I first become an artist.
So,
and that was I would say the third song I ever recorded. So the first song I ever recorded was a remix of Tiny Temper's Wifey Rhythm. You know, he done the Wifey Rhythm. A lot of people started making versions of it, so I jumped on it. That was the first ever song I recorded. Still out there on YouTube if you want to check it out. And you could hear just, you know, I was just an amateur at it, but it worked. You know, the girls loved it, and I saw that it worked. So I was like, all right, this is what they want. They want me to be a sweet boy, do the Wifey Rhythm thing. So I did that. The second song I ever recorded was called So Nice. All of this recorded in my bedroom studio. And then So Nice, we put on MySpace. It started ringing off. Girls going crazy. So it forced me to do a music video. Never done one in my life.
How did you go about that? Because I heard there's a little bit of a story behind the budget of the video.
Oh yeah, no, no, the budget of the video was mad. I think we paid £50 or something for the video at the time. Yeah, £50. But this was a different time, and they were students.
What year was this?
This was 2007.
2007.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look how long ago that was.
This was for a video.
It's for a music video, but if you look back at the music video, you can see that it's £50.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break real quick, and a big special shout out to our sponsors, Wingtrap.
Wingtrap is a local fast food chain born out of Leicester and expanding, serving you guys Nashville chicken, fried chicken, all the chicken, except grilled chicken. But the point is they serve chicken and they serve chicken pretty well. So be sure to check them out. We'll place the links below. And if you guys are enjoying today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us grow the channel. And now back to the video.
Oh, he's talking about £150 video. Can you tell me the average cost of
Music.
a music video from obviously a recognized artist?
Now.
Yeah, because you're obviously in the industry. So
Well,
just so we can get a comparison.
Yeah. Do you know what? If I'm honest, it varies, yeah? So, like, and I think it's gone down a lot now. It went up a lot when I first came out. So when I first shot my major video, the Elton John ones and stuff like that, my videos were going up to like 70 grand.
70 bags?
Yeah. So I went from £150 videos to 70 bag videos. See what I'm saying? But this is with major label now. We're talking Warner Records, Atlantic Records. We're shutting off the O2 London Eye for me to film on there. We're doing loads of madness because we're thinking this guy is going to be the biggest rap superstar we've got. You know what I'm saying? So the label...
That's like a medium-sized budget, really.
That's what I'm saying. It varies. Like, you can go up to...
No, but I'm speaking on the time that you were speaking about. So the 70 grand video, what year was that?
That's still 2008, 9, yeah. It's still
Like, we
late,
gotta take that
yeah.
in, man. That's
a long
crazy.
time ago, man. Yeah, now, like, 100 grand videos normal, 70 grand videos normal. But now it's even gone down. Like, I know people that can do video for, like, 15 bags.
What's the
Maybe
major
less.
cost involved? For those that don't know. And
Some
even for
people do.
ourselves?
Some people like location because we've rinsed everywhere in the UK. Obviously, if you're in the UK, you got to use Vantage Studios. You know what I'm saying? But
He read my
every-
mind there, you know. He actually
I
read
did.
my mind. I was looking at the white wall saying it's £35
Perfect.
£35 per hour, and the whole studio is £55 per hour.
But yeah, apart from that, like everyone's rinsed like major spots in the UK. So I think location, you got to fly over directors, you got to fly over models. Models are asking for a lot more these days. You know what I'm saying? Camera crew, obviously you got the red cams and all that now.
Yeah.
So you're getting into like 10, 15 bag budget then. You know what I'm saying? But them days it was one camera. You know what I'm saying? Quick boom bam, and then we submitted Stay With Me to Channel U, and this time they didn't charge me because they saw how well the first one done. So they were like, we'll take this one for free. Obviously.
This was the same guys from the...
Same camera crew, yeah. Two the uni students. And then so basically there's two videos for Stay With Me. The first one is the one I filmed. And that was me walking through a cemetery. And then that done mad on Channel U.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was
then
legendary.
Legendary. And then that was when the label called us and said we want to sign this record and sign an album deal. And then they said we have to refilm the whole video.
So everything happened pretty fast for you if you think about it. From the first song which you had was
Wifey,
the remix,
Yeah.
to then being signed. Like how did you
Yeah.
how did you even have time to take anything
I
in?
had other little songs that I was recording and throwing out on, like I said, MSN, MySpace and that. You know, I had little songs, but apart from that, like in the major commercial world, it went super quick. For me, I never took anything in, bro, until like years later. I realized how quick it all went and the success and everything. But from that point, from when Atlantic called my phone, everything was quite a big
How
journey.
did that make you feel? When did you know who Atlantic Records were?
Of course, bro. Like for me, thought it was a prank because these are the same people that signed T.I., you know. And at the time, I thought I was T.I. with my hat tilted and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to go off. And like I said, looking up to Chris Brown, Bow Wow, I was watching all their stuff, how big they were in America. And these labels are the ones who are signing them. I was thinking, I've actually manifested this because I was watching it religiously on YouTube, girls screaming for them, not wanting that. Do you know what I mean?
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction, bro. And
You
then
believe in that?
Definitely. Like, man literally wanted that, and then the next day it was knocking at my door, and exactly that, girls screaming, the fame, everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Are you religious?
I'm a more spiritual person, though. But I do pray, yeah. I pray to God, yeah, every day.
What does that mean? Who's God?
For me, it's the higher power, innit? Like I say, I'm more spiritual, so I feel like more like there's something bigger than me, and I have to believe in that, you know? That's what I believe in, yeah.
Conspiracy theorists.
No.
Don't believe in aliens.
Nah. I do, but I'm not really a conspiracy theorist though. But I do think there is other things there, innit? Why not?
No, you know, I'm open to it. I'm like that. The man didn't think there's aliens in it. I get disappointed when they say
I
that.
don't smoke, so if I smoked, maybe I'll be a conspiracy theorist more. Yeah.
Going back to the Stay With Me video. Quite
You're a
dramatic.
bit of a lover boy, innit? Sorry to cut you off.
Certified.
You can't say that right now.
Oh, why?
You know you can't say that.
Why? What, Kendrick, Drake?
Yeah, man, you can't hold that.
This guy loves Kendrick, you know.
Nah, I love Drake, so
Aye. This is gonna be the podcast is getting taken over.
podcast debates. I'm a sweet boy, 100% through and through. Like I said, from when I saw that the girls loved it, I loved it because that was what I wanted, innit? I was chasing the girls when I was younger. That was what it was about, innit? And then obviously money and things like that. But yeah, just, bro, do you know who I saw first? There was a MC called Shizzle. I don't know if you remember Nappa and Shizzle. Nappa was on Power, like Lethal Visual's Power. But Shizzle, he was like a light-skinned grime MC, but he was like sweet boy. You never seen it before, like, because everyone else in grime's more like raw and that. But he had his hair braided. Whenever I went out with him, girls were screaming. Bro, when I saw that, I said, I need that. That's what I want, bro. Like I said, it's a Chris Brown thing. That is what I wanted, bro. Girls going mad, and we got that to the T. But but I was a sweet boy, so I was just keeping it real to myself, making songs about girls, making songs about love. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I did. I'm a married man
You
now.
signed out, right?
I'm out the game.
It was dangerous back then.
Yeah, man. Like that was my motivation, innit? So yeah.
So the Stay With Me video, quite dramatic.
Yeah.
What was the story behind it? And
Well,
obviously,
yeah.
why did it become such a banger?
Yeah, well, that song, if I'm honest, yeah, like a lot of people take it in different ways, but I was writing just a lot of deep love songs at the time, and that was what I wanted to write. But on like first verse, second verse, I started thinking, you know what, I need to go in a different direction because my last two songs are about love. So I thought, you know what, there's a lot of knife crime going on right now. I'm going to write a song for my little sister. She was really young at the time. And just warn her about the dangers of living in the UK at the time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll listen to it later on in life. And they called it like the anthem for Broken Britain at the time in the newspapers because a lot of people related to like me telling my sister, stay with me, and do you know what I'm saying? Just talking to her from my perspective. And that was all it was about, really. But nowadays it's kind of transcended into like an anthem for like when someone loses someone. It's played at a lot of funerals and things like that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, people take it how they want to take it, but it was a deep message in there.
No, it was deep. I
Definitely.
feel like at the time, that was everyone's number one question.
Yeah.
Like, who's he talking about? What's he lost?
Yeah.
Like, that was my question. when I
Yeah.
grew up listening to you.
It was like my perspective of if I ever lost my sister. Do you know what I mean? Because the knife crime at that time, and obviously it's still, you know, crazy. But at that time, girls were getting stabbed. You know, there was young boys losing their lives, and yeah, it was just like I needed to write something that I can kind of, you know, get out from my perspective at the time.
And I feel like the views you hit on that song, which
Yeah,
on YouTube 16 years ago,
yeah,
you were hitting crazy numbers
millies.
back then.
Yeah.
Like,
Mad.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that song is like, it's bigger than me, I think, because it, like, up until now, it's still, the last year or two, we've had requests from so many rappers to sample it, and I've probably had every rapper you can think of, biggest rapper asked to sample it. Obviously, RD done something with it a couple of years ago. Big DJs are trying to remix it now. TikTok is still every week viral, so.
How does that work when like people want to sample?
Well, I sampled it. That was the thing. Like, big up Alex Sparks, because he got the sample. We sampled Westlife on the Stay With Me chorus. So, technically, they don't need to reach out to me, but people do, because they wouldn't have known the song if it weren't for me sampling the Westlife song. Cause
They like sampling how you guys kind of did it.
did it, exactly, yeah, literally. From the Westlife one, because it was from like one of their album cuts that weren't a release.
It's crazy because I remember on YouTube seeing someone put a video up of the lyrics and
Yeah.
it hitting 16.3 million views.
It was just a lyric one, yeah.
Just a lyric video. Like, and this is 16 years ago. I don't
Yeah.
think people are taking in. It's not like it's been re-promoed or
No.
it's been pushed out.
Not
The numbers
at
you
all,
was
yeah.
hitting, for me, back in an era where I don't think YouTube is nowhere near as big as it was. I think was crazy.
Yeah, 100%.
Leading on to my next question, if you was an artist coming out now with the budgets of labels, monetization, the type of money, signing on fees, do you think things would have been different? Like, as in you could have taken a further step, you could have gone ridiculously clear if you was rapping in this era or making music or singing?
I do think so, but I do think about that sometimes, but I don't think I would have, honestly, because I think I went a tiny bit too, not commercial, but too like, I guess I for example, Central C will do a girl song, yeah, but then he'll do a song about like street life and that and road life as well. What do you think about that? I think you need a balance of that now because the audience is bigger now, isn't it? Whereas my audience was just straight for the girls. Even though man them liked it because girls liked it, I didn't really talk about street life as much.
But you had a lot of roadman
that were effing with it, yeah.
Everyone was dealing with that. You said to me off camera that a lot of the love you get
from man them
is from serious man.
Yeah.
Like, and I see that online as well.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of that is because you are who you are and you've never claimed to be someone who you're not. And I think that's it's authentic, isn't it?
Yeah,
in
100%.
Especially in this day and age, like, I feel like people are always trying to portray an image, but you were just you.
Yeah, I was just always myself, man.
Do you ever see artists that are like that and you just think like they're capping?
Not really, because I don't really take it like that, honestly. Because I just like good music, innit? So as long as you give me good music, then I don't mind. It's like going back to the Drake conversation. Like a lot of people say Drake tries to act tough, but as long as he's giving me cold songs, I don't really care.
You don't care if he's capping?
No, because unless I meet him, then it's like different, innit? But if he's just giving me good music, I don't mind.
Now, I hear him, but as a Kendrick fan, even still, like when people say Drake's career is over, I'm like, shut up, bro.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
Because
clearly.
Drake still makes bangers.
Exactly.
Drake will still be an artist.
As long as you can deliver bangers, I think that's the main thing, innit? So even going back to your question, if I was to come out now, if I was delivering bangers, I think it would still work, you know what I'm saying?
I think especially with like the balance of having someone like yourself, maybe, okay, even if you was on a hook and you had someone coming in rapping alongside you, I think that combination would be dope.
Would be sick, yeah.
So I feel like my perspective, I think, with that type of a budget. But what's the average signing on fee now? You were mentioning earlier, like, how does it work with labels? That's another question. So,
well, we run a management company now, me and my business partner Ash, and we just got one of our artists signed to Sony, and for quite a big figure, and I think the numbers are much higher now. Like I signed for probably like 5% of what he got signed for now, bigger advances, but I think the labels can kind of see where you're going to go from your online presence already. Do you know what I mean? Similar to where the label could see that I was already smashing it on like Channel U. You can see by their presence on TikTok and how well they're going to do. So the amount of advance you give them, you can predict what you're going to get back. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's one point. And then I think the labels just figure out, bro, honestly, it's about online presence now for labels. Like, how well can they do on TikTok? How many videos can they dish out on Instagram? Like, that is more what they're into now, which is totally different to when I come out, you know what I mean?
That's very insightful, and I think that's a gem.
Sorry, as well.
Yeah, no.
Do you think labels favor, let's say, more artists that are doing it, like, say, on TikTok? Like, if they see an artist and they see that they're active on it, them platforms, is that going to be something that attracts them?
Oh, 100%, yeah. The labels are on it more than ever right now because they got people that are scouting in like Instagram and TikTok all the time, man. People are like, they're proper on it at the moment. Like, even myself, it's hard to discover new talent because the labels are just clocking onto them straight away. As soon as they get in a quick viral video, they get grabbing.
We got that young boy in it from Leicester at the moment.
What's his name?
I forgot his name. It's like T something, or put out a song like Money.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, big him up, man. I think he did.
But even like GRM platforms like that, we didn't have in my day. Obviously, we had Channel U. That was really the only platform that we could have to kind of let our music out. You know what I'm saying? So big up them lot as well, man.
Bit of a personal question. What was the biggest amount of money you signed for, or what was the biggest kind of? Because obviously, it's an MVP podcast, so we want a few gems on here.
No, of course.
So what? Yeah, what was? Talk to me some figures.
Bro, like I said, at that time, it wasn't like major money. Or to me, it was because I hadn't ever had a job. You know what I'm saying? So I think my first contract with Atlantic for my first sign-in for the single Stay With Me was about 35, 40 bags. And then...
It's a lot of P for a single.
Bro, for a single, and then for me who had never even had my own money, I thought I made it, bro, in life. You know what I mean?
What does that entail? Like when you say 30 bags for a single?
So, okay, so that's like a loan. That's like a loan, yeah? So basically they're giving me that to promise that I'll regenerate that money, that amount of money back to the label from the sales, and you know. So until I make that money back from sales, and that, I won't earn any revenue after that until I've recouped all that money. Then I'll start earning my own bit of royalties and stuff like that. So that was the first step. 35, 40 bags. My mum will remember this. You know, it's hard for me to remember. And then album deal after that, I think was about maybe 50, 60 bags. So it was about $100,000 deal altogether for our first, you know, thing. And then the second single, they give you another advance.
How do they expect you to make this money back?
Just sales, record sales. At the time, remember?
Was this including like you going on tour and this shit?
Yeah. So basically, there's 360 deals. I was in a 360 deal, which is now like kind of shunned upon now. People don't really like signing 360 deals because the label takes your tour money, your merch money, your magazine feature money. You know, they take a percentage of everything. But any way they can to recoup the money back, they will do it. So, yeah, they were taking 20% out of everything. Yeah, everything, bro, at that point.
So that was probably what, in and around 100K?
Yeah, about that for the first bit, yeah.
And then did that just carry on kind of as you went along?
Yeah, as we went along, we signed another album deal. We didn't end up putting the second album out. So I ended up leaving them after the first album. We had like top 10 records or whatever from the album. So we done really well. We wanted to move on. But on the second album, it was like 2010, Tiny Tempo had just come out. And they said they would like me to go in more of a housey direction, or drum and bass kind of Swedish house mafia direction. Yeah. And like going back to originally what I said, I don't like people telling me what to do, what to make, or anything like that. At that point, I was thinking like they're getting too much into my music integrity. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, and I know a lot of people paint me and Tinchy and us as the pop era of UK rap, you know. But generally, all them songs that I put out, I recorded in my bedroom off the back of me just wanting to make them songs. Not thinking it's going to be a massive, major pop hit, do you know what I mean? But it just became that.
I feel like if it wasn't for the likes of you, Tinch, and Dobbs as well,
and Dobbs, big up,
really kicked down the doors
100%.
for what is the culture today.
Yeah.
And the appreciation for that, I still feel like it's given, definitely.
Yeah.
The love's there, but it's something like this, and this is what we're trying to do, recognise talent and success, is why we're here today.
Thank you, bro.
So you mentioned, obviously, about not really wanting to have too much control by management. There's a question out there, a lot of people say, is it better to be independent? Or would you say there's benefits from having a label? What are the pros and cons? Because that's what, obviously, that's what a lot of people ask.
I think in 2024, you have more leverage as an artist. So I think you can have more say. Whereas when I got signed, we couldn't really tell the label what we wanted because they were controlling everything. They controlled the radio stations. They controlled everything. Now you can go on a playlist independently without needing a major label. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before you needed them for Radio 1 and things like that. I think now you have more leverage. For example, with Central C, he can walk into a label building and tell them what he wants and demand what he wants. And
so do you reckon that streaming was a good thing for artists as opposed to the other way around?
I don't know, man. Like, we're going back to, like, when I came out, it was physical sales. So even when I'm talking about recouping, when people are buying my single, they're paying £2. Each stream now is about 4p you're getting. So I'm saying, so I'm recouping probably way quicker than artists are recouping now.
But at the same time, what about in comparison to the reach, though? Like, let's say you could...
Like worldwide reach.
No.
Yeah.
But if it's a banger,
it'll just go viral.
It's just gonna go viral.
Yeah. That is one benefit, 100%. I think there's pros and cons. Like the Spotify, I think is a bit flawed because the amount of money it's generating is not enough, I don't think, for the artist to earn. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't think you can actually earn good money from your record sales.
What is the figure? Sorry,
I think I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think you get like 4p a stream. Like, so if you notice, yeah, when an artist is about to go in the top 40 charts, they will always say buy it on iTunes, please, instead of streaming it, because you're actually giving me a whole physical sale. I think it's like 1,000 streams is one physical sale or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas remember, like some of my plaques have like 500,000 sales. I'm talking actual record
physical sales.
Yeah, no streams. Yeah.
Was this like HMV? Big up HMV.
Yeah, Virgin, wherever they went back then. Or
Man said HMV.
You know, it was CDs but at the time I had iTunes as well. You know what I mean? So people were buying on iTunes. But that is 500,000 people actually buying it, not streaming it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a different time.
I remember watching, I don't know if you remember, but SMS, they was from South London, and they were talking about when they used to have a van and they were going to different parts of London and selling CDs. This was way back in the day. Yeah. And then they had people from Bradford shouting them on Leicester. And So yeah, big them up as well, man.
Like, I feel like streaming is cool, but there's nothing like physical in it. Like, and remember, people can rig streams all they want. There's streaming farms now. There's all of this. When we're talking physical, actual people buying your stuff, you can go on tour for the rest of your life, or you can live off these records. Like, some of these records that I made 10 years ago, I can still eat good now because they're actual sales. You know what I mean?
Jeremy does quite a bit of that, innit?
Yeah.
I've seen a clip of him like trying to put like his songs on like a USB stick.
So that people actually physically buy it.
Physically buys it.
Yeah.
And it's a cool thing. But is it one of those? Like,
I think Jamie's more just integrity. Like, he doesn't, he's similar to me. Like, he doesn't like to conform to what everyone else is doing. He wants to do his own thing, you know what I mean? I respect it, man.
Is Jamie like would you put him more on is he a lyricist or like flow for you?
Definitely flow, but I think Jamie's bigger than that for me. I think Jamie's an icon in North London, bro. He's like a legend, bro. Genius, you know what I mean? Like, just the things he's done, bro. He was spitting bars when I was a young guy, mad, and he's always kept his integrity and kept it real to what he makes, grime, you know what I mean? And even as a producer, he's just cold, bro. He's one of the best ever, 100%.
Would you say is like, for you, I know, not to take away too far from the conversation, but of curiosity, because I know you said you like flowing it.
Yeah.
I'm a lyricist.
No, I like lyrics as well, though, but I am more flow, I think.
Yeah. No, I hear it. Now, for me, flow, I respect. I can respect flow, 100%.
So who's your...
Yeah, who's your top...
What?
Who's your top lyricist? Who's your top flow?
Ooh.
Yeah, from the UK. We'll keep it
all right, cool. Top lyricist... What are you saying? Grime or rap or everything in UK?
Let's say both grime and rap.
Grime and rap, yeah. So I'll say lyricist. It's hard though, isn't it? Well, they're definitely gonna be people from North London, though.
Well, I've noticed this guy. You know, he's very loyal.
But this is what
area,
I've grown
man.
up on, innit? Like, I will definitely just check for North more.
So you're saying that's kind of like your... Obviously, everyone's going to be loyal to where they're from, but on an unbiased perspective.
No, I'm biased still, yeah. Like, I would say probably like Chipmunk, like Chip, yeah.
Chip's cold. I can't.
You can't argue with that. Yeah. Like, who else can we say is lyrically, like, you can say Wretch, yeah, North as well.
Yeah, North as well, once again, North, so.
Wretch is there, but just see what Chip has that I prefer, yeah? It's like, he's got a full package.
Do you know what? Because Chip's a performer, bro.
Yeah.
Wretch, he's like... Wretch for me is my Kendrick Lamar, yeah?
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
But, yeah, like, when you say Chip, it's because then Chip's got the finesse.
He's got the flow. He's got everything that I want from someone who can rap and spit. Flows, melodies, bars, everything. And then I'll say someone else who's got flow that I really like and rate is Scorcher for me, yeah.
Big up Scorcher.
Scorcher's flows have been... I just watched his Daily Duppy. I think it was... No, it was Link Up TV freestyle, but his flow was just mad, ridiculous, bro.
His acting was sick in Top Boy as well.
Yeah,
people,
100%.
I know a lot of people big up Kano.
Big up Kano, yeah.
because he was, I think,
Kano's got good flow and bars as well, by the
best
way.
acting. But Scorcher and Top Boy when he was in that season, he did sick, man.
He should have been in that new one, the Superstar. I think he would have been. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, Scorcher should have been in that one. Yeah.
My boy played the not the main character, but remember his main character's best friend, the bartender.
Oh yeah. With Onyx bar thing, yeah. Sick. No, that was sick. Big up rap, man. Who would you say is your? Come on, who's your number one rap, flow and lyricist then? Both of you.
For me, I'm gonna be very, very, very biased on this because one, I'd agree with you in terms of like Wretch and Chip are up there for me.
Okay.
But the reason I'm very biased on this one is because I go into the whole wordplay thing because of Krept and Conan.
They're very cold as well, yeah.
They went in on the wordplay, and it was just almost like...
I always forget about them because there's two of them. If there were just one, like Conan by himself is cold as well, and Krept individually they're so sick, but because they're as a package, I always forget to mention them. But yeah, they're definitely up there.
For me, though, the top wordplay guys, I think that's what got me into
rap, UK rap.
Because when I grew up, I wasn't like into like, not that I was not into it, but the people that got me bare into like listening to bare rap songs with them man in it.
Yeah,
I was listening because I play piano.
Okay.
So I listened to all types of music, all types of genres. I was never biased to anything.
Yeah.
I only started becoming biased to rap music.
Off the Krept and Conan.
Once because my boys were gassing it. And, you know them guys that explain the verse to you word for word? You don't even know what that means.
Break it down for you, yeah. Big up Krept and Conan, man.
Did you hear what he said, bro? Now I'm them guys.
Yeah.
I break people's
bars down. Big up Krept and Conan,
but
trust
I'll
me.
say Krept and Conan. The other Young'un was quite alright. But right now I'll say Dave did.
Oh yeah, true.
Dave as maybe a more mainstream kind of thing. I think he does it.
I love Dave, man. I think he's sick. But like going back to what I'm saying, this is no shade to anyone as well. Sometimes I think, yeah, you can have the lyrics, but you're missing something else. For me, whether it's production, like for example, people say Nas picks dead beats, yeah. That means so much to me. Like you have to have dope production behind you. If you're a sick lyricist, doesn't mean you can forget about that. Or your flow needs to be sick as well. Like you can just be a lyricist if you want, but I'm saying that for me, you need to have the full package. Not saying Dave doesn't have that, but for me, I'd like to see him be a tiny bit more versatile. Do you know what I mean?
And to that point, I think so. I don't know if we'll even keep this on the pod or anything, but just from a man-to-man conversation, like when the whole beef with Drake and Kendrick came about, I wondered, was that like if that happened in the UK, and who is that likely going to be? So I imagine like Central C will be Drake in this situation. Like he's doing it as a rapper, do you know what I mean? But then I think, who would he provoke?
Well, I think we've kind of seen it already with like Chip and Stormzy.
Chip and Stormzy, I seen that. I thought
like
so.
Stormzy, we could say was Drake.
But the issue is Stormzy's hard. Stormzy like.
But he can never chat to Chip lyrically.
He couldn't chat to Chip lyrically.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Central is more on.
But people will say that as well. But people were saying before Drake even entered the thing, people were saying Drake can never chat to Kendrick lyrically.
Lyrically, like
no
one should be chatting to Kendrick.
I think Drake could, but you know, I'm biased. No, but you know, if I'm going off lyrical war in the UK, I'm betting on Chip being taking all W's, and I'm betting on someone like as well Wiley, who's a lyrical war in this that can kill off anyone lyrically.
He's a legend.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like these are the people out. If we're going lyrical war, that I'm gonna get.
That's my thing. Because Chip has the like you said, he's got the full range, and I feel like that's why I fucked with it when, because obviously Stormzy was doing this thing, and you got to respect both parties, innit? When it comes down to it. Stormzy was doing this thing, and he's enjoying his like his moment of shine. But I like the vibe that Chip said, yo, hold on. Nah, man, I got bars for you. Yeah. Who crowned you, my boy, innit? Yeah. And I like that, because that's the whole rap culture, innit?
Yeah.
But I feel like Chip when I think of it from top of my head, he is the artist that could actually come to that person and say like, yo, hold up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Because he still has that. He can perform it.
Remember, he comes from that background as well, the grime background of lyrical war and clashing. Yeah, I think Chip. For me, bro, like all round favorite artists, I have to say in the UK, and I'm not just saying that because Chip's my brother, but and stuff he plays me up till today. I remember that maintaining relevance. We spoke about this off camera. Like, I don't think I've been able to, as a rapper, still be in the mainstream now with the big names. But I think Chip still has the capability of doing that. Like, he's got sense on tunes. What did you think about
the Chip Bugsy thing? Because you were speaking earlier.
Yeah.
When that came out, that made a lot of noise.
It made a lot. Big up Bugsy, because the way he's managed to run off with it after that, it's been amazing.
Yeah. I feel like Bugsy is he smashed it on all fronts, independently as well.
Independently, as a businessman, you have to take your hats off to him, and he saw opportunity in it. I don't know whether that was his aim, but he definitely saw opportunity in breaking down the barriers to the London scene, because I heard of Bugsy way before that clash. I was watching him and seeing what he's doing, and I thought he was cold, repping Manny, you know what I mean? But for him to break down the doors and be like, yo, I'm here now, and go for Chip like that, it's brave, bro.
I think for us, it's a big thing as well, because we're part of that outside London bracket.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, we had artists like what? JB, Schofield.
Yeah,
stretch it.
Yeah, I've had meetings with him to try to get him some deals.
For us, it's a thing was like seeing that talent kind of go on.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
And so, like you're saying, because the London is where it's at, basically.
Yeah.
So when an artist like Bugsy comes in and he's tapping into that door, it's sick for us. We hear of Bugsy before he even gets into the...
No, 100, man. Even, like, I love that there's all artists from all around the UK winning now and able to win. I think
it's massively changing. Like, even the Liverpool scene right now.
Bro, like you said, even the Liverpool scene, big up the man, big up Mazza, yeah.
Yeah, man, he's made moves.
But like you said, from when I came out, you know, and not having anyone to look up to aside from like the obvious ones, the Soul Solid Crews and that, and then to like Tiny Temper breaking it down even more, and then to now where we are now with the Stormzy's, the Central Seas, and now to H's and outside of London, the Bugsy's. I think for me, I've said this in past interviews and that, like, I can get emotional talking about it, seeing how far the scene's got, and knowing that I played a big part at the start of it. Whether it was a big part or a small part or whatever people want to say, it means a lot for me personally to see where it is now. You know what I mean?
I think it's a huge part. And I said this off camera too. I think in previous podcast, I think personally, maybe that's just your character, I think you've played it down massively.
Yeah.
And I feel like eras change, things change, you pass the torch on.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean anyone's fallen off. It
no,
just means
of course not. Yeah.
you adapt to what you are now. And that's another thing I wanted to speak to you about. So we spoke about Chipmunk.
Yeah.
The Elton John remix. Was it the remix or was it?
No, it was just, he had a song called Tiny Dancer, but he let us use the sample.
He actually let you use the sample?
Yeah. He gave us permission.
I always thought that because I thought that's such a big song.
Yeah.
Like, how did that come across? And
So,
the video was dope. Like, he was in the suits, like, the shades on. I think a lot of the young boys tried to reenact that.
Oh, of course, yeah. Bro, the amount of artists that just wear shades now is mad. Like, I can't wear shades in every music video. And but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, flipping. So we had the success of the album, Stay With Me. And then my A&R came to me one day and said, yo, we need another big smash hit. And I was like, you know, there's pressure. After you have one big hit, it's like, can you do it again? Radios are knocking on your door, like, can he make another hit? I'm like, all right, cool. So he brings me the sample. He says, Elton John's got this sample. No one's really heard it much. You know, it's like an underground Elton song. And if I'm honest, like, I didn't know much of Elton John's music, bro. I've been raised on, you know, Kano and Dizzy and Wiley and Soul Solid Crew. Ignorantly, I didn't ever listen to other genres of music.
Yeah.
So he plays a sample to me and I'm like, all right, cool, it can work. We need it to get some dope producers to help on it. So we got some sick producers. And then I done my verses and then I said to myself, you know what, we need someone else who is capable of putting lyricism on this as well. And someone who's like got kind of the streets or the grime scene, a bit more edge to him on the tune as well. And I thought Chip was perfect. So I called him, and I think he had Who Are You out at this time. Maybe Chip Diddy Chip, maybe, I can't remember. And then he said, yeah, straight away, came down to the studio, laced it, and then the song did what it did, it went to number 3.
Sorry to just cut you in there.
Yeah.
How did your relationship with Chip then begin? Like, what?
Yeah, so that was just basically my friend. He went to school with him. They went to the same school, and he said, yo, there's this kid who's dope MC. Like, you got to listen to him. He's got some sick bars. Like,
And at that point, you was already like...
I was a producer coming up, yeah, but I was big in like North London and that, well-respected.
For you shouting him, did you shout him? Or...
Yeah. He came to my house, like, yeah, and he was obviously, he said it in past interviews now, like for him that meant a lot coming to my studio at the time. Even though I was young as well, it was like I'd been doing it for like 2 or 3 years at that point. Yeah, my beats were ringing off all around North London, so, you know, and we just connected straight away ever since then. And he was on the Stay With Me remix, put him on Tiny Dancer, and I think that was his first top 5 hit record ever.
Tiny Dancer was the video, the tune. I actually feel you guys, as big as Elton John is,
we put him on the map. We say we put Elton on the map.
You put that tune on the map.
No, 100. Bro, no one knew that tune before, and obviously Elton... Yeah, Elton said this in the part. It's his biggest selling digital single of all time, innit? Wow. So, yeah, Tiny Dancer. So online, that's his biggest single. When the song went to number 3, he called my phone and sent me like champagne and said anytime I'm in LA or whatever, I'll come down to meet him. And yeah, he showed nothing but love. Remember, Elton John's only let Tupac, Eminem, myself, and I think Young Thug sample him ever.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
this is why you're the MVP and legend in the building. You're here for a reason.
But yeah, so bro, that was off the back of Stay With Me. I didn't think I'd be able to do it again, and we did that, and that song was even bigger than Stay With Me. So it was like another chapter. I'm like, okay, this is still going on, and my mum was gassed.
And then I did the video in LA come about because that was a fall in love.
Yeah, that was 2010. So that was like after that album, we completed that. Done really well, sold millions off that. And then I left Warner and then signed a new deal with Universal, BPM Records. And basically I was working on a few records. I had Slow Down out with Skepta's on the remix of that. And then I was in the studio working on Falling in Love with Nai. I don't know if you know singer Nai from back in the day. She wrote the hook on Falling in Love. But Jessica Lowndes was downstairs. Huh? Naomi. Yeah, big up Nai. So Jessica Lowndes, she's an actress from 90210 who's features on the song. She was downstairs recording in the same studio as me. I was upstairs. And her management came and knocked on our door and said, oh, we've got Jessica Lowndes here. Would you like to meet her, whatever. I was like, cool, yeah, let's work, man. Let's do something. And I played her the song. I was like, would you want to jump on this? And she said, yeah, straight away. And the rest was history.
That's crazy. So where was this, in the UK?
This was in the UK, yeah. But obviously she's a LA-based actress. And that was her first time doing music, getting into music. But everyone knew who she was because of the show, the 90210 show. And then that ended up being another top 40 record. Went to LA, shot the music video for that. And that was a good experience, man.
I don't know if I'm confusing it, but... So what's her artist name?
Same thing, Jessica Lowndes.
Oh, okay, no. Do you know what I saw you talking about? This song is called Nao, N-A-O.
Oh, okay. I think I heard of it.
You know
what? Yeah.
She did some mad thing with called Bad Blood or something like that.
Okay. No, different one. But yeah, so I done that record, Falling in Love. And then after that, that's when my incident happened. And then kind of things went a bit left after that, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something I was going to get on. So people have adversities in life, difficulties. And that was my next question, and it's led on perfectly with what you're saying. So what was your biggest downfall, failure, naturally something that you had to bounce back from?
Yeah.
If you could let us know.
Probably that was definitely the biggest, but there's a few when I look back now. I'm older in it, so I can look back on things and reflect. But that was definitely one of them. But that was out of my own control. That was like actual life situations, you know, being...
Do you want to let...
Yeah, obviously, this was after the success of all them records. 2010, I was attacked and stabbed and robbed outside my house, getting home from tour, you know what I'm saying? So that was something that was out of my control that just, you know, can happen to anyone. especially in the UK. No, it was set up kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but like someone who knows where I lived and jewelry, what I had, and all that. You know, just one of them things, bro, that you gotta try and be as street smart as you can. Like I said, going back as you can. At you know, when you're successful in that, you gotta look out for signs in these things sometimes. So that was one thing that I think definitely set me back because it put a lot of distrust in my heart. Like I didn't trust anyone after that. I had it in my head that this ain't why I made music, you know, to have this kind of level of fame or success where people target you to try and take your life to get stuff from you. I thought to myself, why am I even doing this? And kind of given up on music for a couple of years at that point, moved out of London, didn't contact anyone. I'd be invited to like Mobo parties, didn't attend. I thought everyone's on like trying to rob me. You know what I'm saying? You just... Paranoia, didn't trust anyone, thought everyone was against me. Negative thoughts, like your whole head's messed up at that point. Cause
what would actually happen if you could just break that?
Obviously,
bad memories, but just so.
No, the memories is fine because obviously it's been a long time now. But it's just I don't want to talk about it everywhere because it's just like, even though it's a part of the journey, I don't want the people who are involved to even watch it and then think I'm just, you know. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was on tour at the time. Got home from tour like 4 or 5 in the morning. And the 2 guys with balaclavas ran up to me and just kind of said to me, "Where's your jewelry?" Whatever. I ran off, and then as I'm running off, felt like a punch to my back or whatever, and it was a stab. I didn't know it was a stab wound until after. And then I went to my neighbour's house, and then I looked down, I saw blood everywhere, and then figured everything out from there really. And you know, it was all a set up through other people. There's a few people involved. There was a car chasing me at the same time. You know, all the usual silly things you get from, you know,
I think
London knife crime.
Most disappointing thing to hear about that is you're a nice guy, and I feel like you've never claimed to be part of any road life.
No.
You've never spoke about that.
Yeah.
You've never been associated with any sort of
Nothing.
gang.
No.
So I don't
Only music. That's what everyone was confused about. You know, the amount of calls I got the next day saying like, "Bro, like, why are they attacking you? Like, you ain't done nothing." But obviously, people can look at your jewelry or success with an evil eye. Sometimes, you know, you got to be careful with who you can trust and things like that. You know, you never know who's looking at you the wrong way and stuff like that. So I learned that at that point. Whereas maybe I was walking around too flashy at the time. Maybe that can be a trigger in it for people. Even if you're not a bad person, you're still being flashy. You know, and some people don't like that. So that was a lesson for me, man, at that point. That was definitely one of the biggest life lessons I got. And I had to bounce back from that. It took me about 2-3 years to bounce back off that.
moved out?
Moved out of London. Didn't have no music releasing until like 2014, 13. So people thought essentially I've fallen off. Yeah, done. Like after I just sold 2-3 million records, had so many top 10 hits, people just can count you off. Even though I'm dealing with life.
Your audience doesn't know what you're going through.
Of course. It was in the papers, but people forget after like 2 weeks. They think, oh, he's okay, he's alive. He's cracking on. Not thinking about the psychological stuff as well, like the mental health. You know what I'm saying? I moved out of London. I'm by myself now. People are finding out where I live because it's a small town, so people are ringing on my buzzer at 4 a.m. You know, people just don't take you for a human being at that point. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you reckon then you didn't want that fame anymore?
Bro, I hated it. Because naturally I'm an introvert, if I'm honest. Very calm, very relaxed, very quiet, very shy growing up, you know. So people noticing me. Even if I'm not being myself, you see how I am now, little chain, little glasses, that fresh trim. If I'm going Tesco's, it's hat down, like shorts. You know what I'm saying? I'll dress down as much as I can because I don't really like the fame as much as I dreamt for that early on. It's funny how you can come around and you can kind of not want it as much as you get older. But yeah.
Do you reckon that led you to changing career? Because I feel like, not changing career, but obviously you was always into being producing and being a DJ. So what led you back to then? Because I've been seeing recently, you've been touring Portugal, Ibiza, Marbella. You mentioned you've got something coming up in the Maldives.
Thailand tour.
Thailand tour.
Southeast Asia. No, do you know what it is? I was down at that point, yeah, down bad. I didn't want to do anything music related. I honestly would have gone and been as an estate agent or something far away from music. I would have wanted to do, you know, until I met my wife, who I'm with now, in like 2014, and she changed my whole mindset, bro. Like, she just made me realize who I was and put that battery back in my back to say, yo, just don't forget who you are. Similar to what you said to me, bro. Like, I downplay everything. She kind of made me get my confidence back, make sure I walk in a room with my head held high, and just reminded me of who I was. And she was like, the talent you've got, you can't ever waste that, you know? And then from there, I just got back in touch with my peers, and my peers said the same thing. Ironik, you can't just stop this. Are you crazy? You can't let it stop you. And sometimes that's all you need, you know? Like, little thing like, you know, Wiley or someone might just text me, like, bro, keep going. Things like that, people don't understand, means a lot. It make me keep going, man. So from there, I made another album after I met my wife in 2015, 16. Snoop Dogg on there, Fecky on there, JME. It's a top 40 album called Truth Be Told. That was independent. Obviously, we had an investor, but that came out, done really well. And then naturally, I just started getting back into DJing a lot more again, producing and just loving everything I started out doing, you know, back to what I actually originally loved doing. So it just came full circle, man, and now we're back doing that.
Yeah. What would you say then motivates you? Because it's a bit of a tough one to throw at you, but
yeah,
obviously now I've got the new gen and they're just like into different shit.
Yeah.
Like they want to hear about the flipping cars, all of that.
Yeah.
What then motivates you, or how do you manage to still find your space in that era? Who are you speaking to?
Like, that still motivates me though, the younger generation, honestly. Like I've said, like, seeing Central C in front of 100,000 people, or Stormzy headline Glastonbury, puts a battery in my back, you know, to just keep going, do you know what I'm saying? Not even more so as an artist, because as an artist, I don't know if there's a space for me right now, because you know, honestly, like, the artist thing fell into my lap, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I made 2 songs and then went clear. For me, it's like, how can I help the culture, not as just being the guy in the front, maybe in the back, you know what I'm saying? I've still got the audience that I built up, so whether it's like, I think my biggest base is like 25 to 35, in between that age range. But for the younger generation, honestly, it's going back to what I originally said, whether it's like playing music for them, like playing music and introducing music to them. So whether that's when I do a guest mix on Kiss and I'm playing some new artists from North London that I want to introduce to the world, you know what I'm saying? A bit more background work and helping the younger generation come through now.
Are you on Kiss now?
I do guest slots for them, yeah, so I do that. And then like a lot of I know Henry though, big up Henry, yeah. But I do a lot of Kiss Fresh stuff. And then it's like all the festivals that I do, I'll play a segment where I introduce new music, you know what I'm saying? Just a bit more behind the scenes stuff. So it's that, and then whether like an artist might want me to help behind the scenes on their project, A&Ring, or whether it's getting producers with artists. I'm always involved some way, not always just at the forefront being an artist. To be honest, like I say, like going back to that, the artist thing was never my first passion and thing I wanted to do. It's always been about helping other artists that produce, or a bit more behind the scenes stuff. So, you know, it's more like just playing my role as an OG now and just kind of helping the younger generation come through a bit more.
What gateways do you think becoming the artist made or opened for you to now do what you do, apart from the publicity?
What do you mean, like, how did I become, what do you mean by that?
So you could have possibly been a producer.
Right.
Let's say, in a hypothetical situation, you become a producer, big-time producer, everyone recognizes you.
Yeah.
What difference did becoming an artist do to that pathway?
I think it just made my face more bait, that's all. Like, rather than being the person in the background, you know, the kid behind the buttons, which I was at first, just became a face, innit? Like, that people could look at. Do you know what I'm saying? But I've always tried to hide the face, whether it's wearing shades and wearing a hat. Like, all my videos, I've got shades on. So if I walk down the street without shades, people probably won't even notice me, if I'm honest. So I've always just low-key tried to hide from the fame.
Is that the main reason behind the shades then?
Kind of, yeah, subliminally, I think, yeah.
It's like an intro, but
With, the
it's
early
a
bars.
version of the.
He's been doing it from early.
From early, bro.
I'm not going to ask you what Spray asked you.
Yeah.
Oh, did you ask it?
Shout out Spray, man. Shout out to RTM. Nah, he just said because it was reported in the papers that I sleep with girls with my sunglasses on. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Obviously, it's not true. It was a rumor the newspapers said, and people ask me all the time. It's such silliness, man.
What's the like most absurd headline you've done come across? Like you see something and you think it raw.
Probably that. Yeah, that's madness, bro. Like, can you even picture that? Obviously not, but that's mad, isn't it? Nah, probably that. Or just, like, there were so many stories of girls selling stories when I was younger, like to the papers of me sleeping with them and models and things like that. That was like peak fame stuff for me, but I didn't really ever care about that. Honestly, it was always about the music, man.
That makes me think though, something why Ironic? Well, how did you come? That's actually a big thing.
Yeah. I've had it since I was 13, man. Just my mum says that we came up with the name because it was so ironic that I could DJ so well at 13. But I don't know if that's true. Like, I can't remember, honestly. But do you know what it was?
I think ironic to what though? Because then obviously you start thinking like,
yeah, I know. Like, does that even make sense? I don't know. But like for me, it was like all my friends had tag names in school. Like one of my friends was called Speedy because he could run fast, or Breaker because he could break dance. Like mine was just, I had to look for a name, so I just looked through the dictionary and saw Ironic and just changed the C to a K.
So was it like a joint collaboration in terms of what your name was?
Yeah, I think a bit of that. My mum kind of helped, and then I just came up with it. But I had it since I was 13. People call me it more than my real name, to be honest.
It's better. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool name still.
It's unique. That's like you hear these days. Everyone's a little something.
Yeah. Imagine Lil Ironic. That would have been mad being called that.
Going on from that and close to wrapping things up, you're involved in a few things now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're not a business podcast, but we like to look at different aspects of things, hence the name Vantage. Some people, and I think obviously sometimes it can be a misconception, if you're moving on from one particular thing, it doesn't really mean you failed in that thing or it's not working anymore. But you went from DJing, producing, music artist to kind of doing a 360.
Yeah.
You're now an entrepreneur. You're involved in multiple different businesses.
Yeah.
Talk to us a bit about that and how you came across and stumbled across that.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, by the way, as well, I haven't retired from rapping, by the way, just in case people think that I have.
Yeah, I think that was important.
I'm still about.
I still got bars, you know. If I want to do a little Gallem tune, like, I got tunes that I've recorded there that I just ain't put out, you know. And I think it's timing is everything, and I don't want to be that guy as well that just people think he's still trying to rap kind of thing. Even though the songs are dope, I want to put it out in my own time in the right way. But that's just first of all. But the songs are just sat there. Secondly, during lockdown, I had all these ideas that I've always had throughout my whole career, but never had the chance to sit down and actually fulfill these kind of dreams that I've had. Like the sunglasses idea I had from 2009-10. The label were trying to do it with me, like Warner at the time, but they were trying to take like 80% profit, you know, and all of that silly stuff. So all these ideas I had, and as soon as lockdown came, I said, cool, it's my chance. I'm actually sitting down, no touring, nothing. So yeah, I just looked into it, looked more into like business ideas, business opportunities, manufacturers, how I can design my sunglasses, design this, design that.
The sunglasses are a big thing to you, look, innit?
Yeah, man.
Even like in the videos I see with you and Chip, you lot did the sunglasses
Shades.
for a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Was it just like a phase at that point or something that you guys liked at that point?
Well, I started wearing them, my first video, So Nice, because it was a sunny day, and just stuck with them ever since, and it's part of my look now. Whether like I say, if I do a show, people expect me to have my sunglasses on. If I don't have my sunglasses on, it's like, who's this guy on? It's James at that point. It's not even ironic, you know what I'm saying? So I've always worn them, so I thought it...
Because I didn't know this. Your real name's James.
Yeah.
James,
yeah, man.
That's my Uber driver name, you know?
Yeah. You got a different name?
Yeah, I got a different name. James.
James St. Patrick.
It's James St. Patrick. Come on, power thing.
But it is, that's how it is.
But yeah, so I've always been obsessed with
Can't lie,
sunglasses.
you look like he's up a bit in that. What's his name again?
Who?
The one who made that tune
Oh
as
my
well.
days.
Who?
Yo, you're mocking it
Who
there.
is it? Who is it?
Batimi.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He's actually good though, as an artist. Yeah.
What's his character there?
I don't know.
Power. Yeah, he was his YG before, and then he went and did his own thing.
But he gets girls though.
Yeah, he was that guy, bro. Oh, I forgot his real character. Dre, was it not Dre?
Dre.
I think it was Dre actually. Yeah.
Dre was a bastard, bro.
But yeah. No, I only watched season 1 and 2, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, they locked him off differently. So
With the shades, what's the
But
brand
yeah,
called?
I've been obsessed with shade. So from then I was like, I looked into it during lockdown, started designing the packaging and everything, and then came up with the name Icon by Ironik, obviously IKON. Yeah, here's the packaging. I'm saying I got you a pair here, my bro.
Yeah, come on.
And yeah, like we take pride in how we package it to people, send it off. Same with Prestige. Like we make sure everything's good quality. And yeah, we started it during lockdown. First of all, sent it to all my rapper mates. They all started endorsing it, promoting it, wearing it. Rappers, they try to be too cool for school, so they'll receive it and not post and all of that good stuff.
I think this is a big problem in the industry at the moment.
Yeah, they like the freebies, but they don't like to return the favor, you know what I'm saying? Even if they're your mates, it can happen, you know what I'm saying? So I learned very quick that I can't really go that avenue. So I sent it to influencers. They were a bit more fast forwarding with the posting and that. And then, yeah, the name just kind of spread it. We sold out every collection so far. David Hayes been wearing some of them, the boxer. He's been endorsing them. I just gave a pair to Charlie Sloth, Dizzy Rascal.
I feel
Some
like
big names, man.
the packaging speaks for itself and the name. I
Yeah.
feel like two things that we're big on as well is branding.
Yeah.
do you know what just hurts me though? I only see one box. There's too many.
No, but I didn't know what was going on. Who was gonna be here? How many? And if I'm honest, this is the last pair I've got of these. I don't even know which one these are, but I just saw them there, grabbed it. If I'm honest,
See the ones I had earlier. I
Yeah.
was wearing them in South London yesterday anyway, so you can keep them.
yeah.
I just find it sad that my business I won't have a pair. How would I send you one? No, you're gonna send him one.
You're taking these, yeah? Well, listen, I'm going to send a new collection. The new one comes out 1st of August, so we're going to get them.
So where
ready.
can the listeners and the audience find it?
Iconbyironik.com. On the Instagram, you can shop on there. Or
Now run that again, bro. You gotta look into the.
www.iconbyironik.com. Icon with a K, Ironic with a K. Boom. And then, yeah, branching off from that, we opened a music studio in London, Brent Cross, Icon Studios, and started a management company. We found two artists. Tom did it, and one producer called Redfern. Tom did it, just signed to Since 93 Sony Music under the Icon management. Redfern just had a #1 hit with Craig David and Wes Nelson. So the team's moving strong, and we're just keeping building, man. I'm still touring the world, DJing. The only thing I'm not doing right now is making hits, and people can say that's fallen off, or they can say I'm just carrying on the legacy. You know, people that say Jay-Z's fallen off when he's carrying on by doing other business ventures. But in the UK, if you stop doing music, people seem to think you've just fallen off.
I think that's definitely something that we had to address.
Yeah, 100.
That you're carrying on, you're doing different things, and
Yeah.
you're still involved in so much.
100%. I think we need to, obviously the scene is only now growing properly, but we need the OGs to kind of be more, gracefully carry on.
You're on the right track because, like you say,
Yeah.
you're going into the let's say, just for generalization, you're bracketing into the fashion market with the glasses. You got Crept, who went into the baby.
Big up Crept, yeah, massive.
Yeah, exactly. That was a massive thing.
Yeah.
It's that whole diversity thing where it's
100.
like you're coming out of the box
Yeah.
and people are recognizing that more
Yeah.
as opposed to because in the past where if you stop making tracks, you're done.
You just stop, and then you go back to working a 9 to 5 or yeah.
I feel like you're pretty much doing what you did for the rap scene or for the music scene to say maybe you're not doing that in this sense of like the get out of your box era because it's always going to be long for you because again, like you said, you took the L's at the beginning so that the central C's can now pop off it now but now you're going to do things which perhaps 10 years from now might be a lot different. But again, you're in that position where you're always paving the way. I think that's an amazing thing to do, you know?
To get that generational wealth, see all these streams of income.
Yeah, you
they're
have to,
speaking
man.
about that a lot.
Bro, like, well, I used to always say, like, bro, like, if I wanted to be rich, I wouldn't have done music, because music's not the one that's going to make me rich. You know what I'm saying? You have to have multiple things going on, multiple different businesses, as you guys know. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's important to build that. And I think more people are realising that anyway, like you said, the Crept and so much Charlie Sloth with the AU, and there's so many other avenues now. So yeah, man, it's big.
I know Link's been dying to do this quiz with you, so I'm
Let's
gonna let
do
him
it,
get
bro.
on.
Come on, yeah, I think, yeah, we're in there as well. Got another 15 minutes tops episode. I like collecting records, innit? So I put together, I
see that Burna Boy vinyl, man. That's hard.
yeah, it's hard, you know. It's I got it when he came down to Leicester, not too long ago. When was that? It was last year, innit? Yeah, so he came down to Leicester, and I got one of these vinyls when they came through. So shout out to my boy. What was he doing, like a sign as well? Yeah, it was a signing at this shoe shop. So they do quite a bit. They bring in quite a few London crowds still. So yeah, so I wanted to kind of get an idea of your music taste.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to think you probably heard all these albums.
Yeah.
But I want you to kind of write.
That NWA one might be a bit too before my time, but the rest of them are looking good.
Yes. No, that's cool. The I guess the game is to simply rate them and put them in the archive, innit? I have to say I do have a bias. I know I'm curious to see who's in there. Best believe Kendrick's in there. Do you want me to read them out to you, or you can like see them? No, read them out. Alright, cool. So I'll do this one last because I think it's a cheeky one. It's a CD. This is what a CD looks like. With them here. Alright, so got a Burna Boy. Got I Told You Them. That was the album. You listen to that. Very cool album. Yeah, cool. Next up, I'll do the UK ones first because then it's easier that way. Personal favorite of mine. I'll probably put this at number one, just on a bias. Conflict of Interest.
Who's that by? Okay, let me see the cover. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 32 pounds. You see what I'm saying? The physicals are.
It's mad. I can't lie.
Do you know how many streams that is for that one vinyl? That's about 7,000 streams just to make up that one sale.
It's mad. And the thing is, these are coming back now.
Yeah, people are vinyls, yeah.
But I haven't even opened this from the time of boy. I've never opened it to even play it. I've got a player in the office. So Conflict of Interest is my top one still. Then you got J. Cole, Forest Hills.
Classic. Can't lie, I've never listened to that album in my life, bro.
Well, you never listened to it?
Never listened to that album. I've heard songs off it, but I've never listened.
You're not coming back here.
Bro, I swear, bro. Like, Kendrick, I've never tapped into him like that until recently.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. Obviously, NWA Wizard is a bit ahead of the time of that.
Obviously, I know of it, but I've never gone to it. I never listened to it like that.
You prefer a boy for the clicks as well. From it's one of them ones. It's an old school thing, innit? Got Beyonce Lemonade.
Classic.
That was a decent album, to be fair. And the last one, personal favorite of mine, it's not like, I wouldn't put it as up there. It's definitely not number one. But Miss Banks, she bought Statement not too long ago. I think it's something like 2022.
She done CDs, yeah?
She did a little CD
That's
thing.
hard.
I can't remember if she did a vinyl, but it came with the tapes as well.
No way. So she was bringing it back old school. I rate that, man. I want more artists to do that, you know?
I think what they do now is they do like little, it's like a little, you go to a party and you got the little pick and mix. Yeah, so when I bought this, I got a t-shirt, the CD and the tape. So it's like a little mix.
All together.
That you get.
So you're proper a collector.
I like
good,
collecting,
man. I rate that, yeah.
proper. So my question really is for you to rank these albums 1 to 10. And if you listen to it, that's fine, because you can just put that.
Okay, first at the top, I'm going to put Burna Boy, I Told Them. Because I'm just going off replay value. I've played that one definitely more than all of them.
Okay. Any particular song?
All of them. City Boys. There's that I'm a piano tune on there that I have on repeat all the time. I forgot what it's called though. If you show me the track list, I'll know it. But yeah, that's definitely first. Second, I would say J. Cole, Forest Hills Drive.
Okay.
Like, I'm just going off what I would play. Do you know what I'm saying? Third, obviously you have to respect the UK, gets conflict of interest.
This got album of the year. Which year was this? I can't remember. That was a couple albums ago, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was like 21. Yeah.
And then I would put, who else is there? Let me see.
But Kendrick, Good Kid, Messy.
Yeah, keep Kendrick. You can keep
Apparently
that
you've
one.
never had. It's crazy.
What's under the Kendrick one? Oh, was that all? I was 2 discs there.
Yeah, no, we
Okay.
got NWA, Lemonade, and Miss Banks.
Okay, I'll put Miss Banks next, even up.
It's next. Yeah, that's not a bad
'cause
shout.
UK
What do I even put?
CD thing. And then
Then I'll find Miss Banks at number 4. And
I'll put Lemonade.
Nah, I think you're capping you. You're doing bias thing.
Why? UK, bro.
What song is this?
I don't know any song. But
Stand up.
oh
I
wait,
had a few. Bounce was alright.
I know the one. Dun, 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 dun. I forgot what it's called.
We're gonna have to use Shalam on that.
Yeah. No, I'll put that there just out of UK bias.
Miss Banks
Big up
on
Miss
it.
Banks.
And like she brought on a few like Niger. I think she got Naira Marley in there.
Big up Naira Marley, cold. Then I'll put Beyonce next. Then I'll put NWA next. Did I
You're
fucking
literally putting Kendrick on them.
OVO? Nah, that would be my top 10, really. for real.
Ironic. He resonates with the Sweet Boys.
You know my
Like,
too.
You know his thing, innit? So wherever he sees himself,
Yeah.
what's that?
I can't believe there's no Drake in there, man.
I'm surprised there's no Akon in there.
No Akon.
This guy's an Akon fan, bro.
Akon, big up Akon, man.
Some mad albums in there. I had to remove them because of the consensus these days. There was an R. Kelly.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they had to just lock it off.
I can't lie, that was one of the first albums that I saw my mum have. 12 play. Mad. Yeah. Mad
So-
though.
To wrap things up, my final question that we ask all our guests is, what is one piece of advice, one gem, one bit of motivation you could give to our young listeners, to listeners of all our ages, different backgrounds, going through different journeys, some maybe suffering with confidence issues,
Yeah.
maybe contemplating whether to go into whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be music, it could be something else. But what's your one bit of advice that you'd give personally to them?
I'll just say keep doing you. If you got a dream and something you're really passionate about, keep chasing that. You're always gonna have people trying to downplay what you can do and what you want to do. But I think, if that's really something you'd love to do, I think keep going towards that and don't let anyone tell you any different. I think that's very important, man. You can see it working so much nowadays with the new generation. There's a lot more people doing exactly what they want to do rather than conforming to what you're supposed to do in life. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm a big advocate of following your dreams, putting it out there, manifesting it, and going for it, and never stopping, never giving up. That's one thing I've never done. Like, could have given up music every 5 years. You know what I'm saying? When there's new generation coming through, new artists coming through. But I've just never stopped, man. And it's something I'm passionate about. I love music. I love UK music in particular. So I'm always going to be here, whether it's in the background, whether it's as an A&R at a record label or anything. It's what I love to do. So I think if you love something, just keep going for it and don't let anyone tell you anything else, and always pay your taxes.
Man.
When you say there was a period, because what I like about that question is, what was the period that you found taking that advice on was hard to do?
I
Was
think,
there a period when you was about to lock it off?
yeah, there's been, like I said, like every 5 years, there's been... Remember, I've been through like 5 or 4 moments in time when people stop calling my phone, or my phone just goes quiet. And then there's periods of time when I'm touring the world and everyone's trying to get hold of me and everyone wants to know you, or you're the biggest rapper in the country and everyone wants to know you, and then you're down and no one wants to know you. You know, those are the moments where you think, should I just give up because no one wants to know, now I'm done out here. I could have easily done that, but, you know, I said to myself, I'm going to keep going. Having a good team around me as well. My mum, like I said, my wife, they pushed me to keep going. I think that's very important. So, yeah, man. There's been the moments a few times.
No, man, we appreciate you coming down.
Come on.
Hopefully see you again.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got some projects in the making, some collaborative efforts that we're trying to do with you as well. So
100%, man.
Let the audience keep an eye on those things.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. This is a great little setup you lot have got in here as well. So keep going with it, and I'll definitely be back.
Run that back, bro.
Actually, let me say what I said when the cameras were off. This is probably.
How's your little studio?
No, because it is. Well, it is a studio, and it's your new thing, innit? Your new venture. So I just want to say,
This is a great big setup.
Big. I'll say big because it is the biggest studio I've been in. You know what I'm saying? In the UK. I've been in a lot of studios, especially for like podcasts and that. This usually you can't breathe because they're so small, but this one's like proper spacious. The fans bare far away, but I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I can still feel the air because it's spacious in there.
Nah, respect that, man. Appreciate you coming down. Coming down from London as well. So
come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't lie, the last podcast I did, they got me an Uber up there, but I was.
Yeah, you know.
I'm joking. It's cool.
You just keep the car keys here. We'll get you people back.
I'm joking. No, thank you guys. Appreciate it, man. Much love.
Big love, man. 100%. DJ Ironik, everybody. Come on.